Have you mentioned this to her?
I did, and she doesn't want to talk to me about it. She gets offended.
Well, is there something she can do about it?
That's what I'm calling to find out.
Is there a smell also?
Yeah. It kind of smells like tuna fish.
All right, so she could have an infection, Ron. Has she been to see her gynecologist or her doctor since you've noticed this?
Yeah, and they haven't seen any, or told her she has anything wrong.
Well, maybe she didn't bring this up, but this is a pretty easy thing to take care of these days with some creams, and usually that does the trick. And a couple of douches sometimes helps, but I think more importantly, it's about changing the bacterial environment in there, and that should not be a big deal. And nor should you have this sort of weird thing about it. It should be like, just if you notice something else going wrong with her, you want to bring it up to her and let's go take care of it.
Yeah, like if her ass smelled like flounder.
No, if she had a fever or something.
Fever.
Say,
Right. That's what I mean.
You don't seem right. Something's up. Let's make this better.
Hey, Ron?
Yeah.
It seems like it's probably a little tension between you and your wife.
I was saying, what else going on here?
We've been married for about 4 years now, and you know, just been cutting that off a lot just because of that. And now she won't give me oral, and I don't blame her for that.
Yeah. No. Hold your ground. You're a man of conviction. This is going to be a great relationship.
Yeah, you see what we're saying here, Ron? That you're just sort of, there's way more sort of energy about this than there should be. Was there already some tension in the relationship?
Yeah, she's older than me by about 14 years.
Ooh, she's 40.
Yeah.
That should make it even easier, though, for her to talk to her and stuff like this.
Well, Drew, isn't it true when women get older, their vagina just goes bad eventually?
Yeah, it's like milk or meat. You leave it out too long.
Yeah. Even jerky will go bad eventually. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, hey, Ron, well, you need to talk to her, please, okay?
Yeah, what I'm finding curious about Ron is every time we throw out some sort of
He's not
question,
that interested.
Yeah, he tosses something back that's like irrelevant. Well, she's old. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So there you go.
You know, it's funny, Drew. We were just talking about my grandma going to the hospital every 10 minutes and costing. Hold on. Just let me put this guy on hold for a second.
Yeah.
They're always complaining about smokers taxing the healthcare system with their problems.
Oh, here we go.
Now, I'm not going on a rant, but when I was starting to go into my nap today, I was really thinking about this. You know, these smokers, well, they tell you it kills you early, right?
Right.
You die in your 60s.
Yeah.
Really? Is that much more expensive than dying in your mid-80s or late 80s and living in the hospital practically for the last 10 years? You know, my grandmother, as I was telling you Thursday night, that my grandmother, since for about the last 5 years, has cost $7 billion. I mean, we could have bought like 15 destroyers and like 22 Tomahawk missiles for the...
Could have rebuilt the World Trade Center.
One of them, to be fair to my grandmother.
Yeah.
One of them, not both of them. For the price she has cost the system, the government, whatever you want to call it, with her constant trips back and forth to the hospital in the last 5 years. Not her fault. She's sick. She goes, you know?
Yeah.
She's a non-smoker. I would contend if she'd smoke and she'd drop dead of a stroke or a heart attack when she was 69, we'd have a little more money in our pocket. But anyway, as I was telling you that Thursday night, she went back to the hospital.
Ooh.
Okay? And she's okay. She has the flu or something. She felt weak. She went in there for a day or two for observation, just more stuff. And I visited her yesterday, and she wanted In-N-Out burger.
Oh, my God.
Can't stand the hospital food, so I swung by and got her some In-N-Out.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she's a strict adherent to the low-cholesterol, low-fat diets, I see.
Oh, listen.
Good.
My grandmother's like 88 years old. She's eaten red meat her whole life and never was scared of the bottle. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're making an interesting point. Maybe when we're older, when the population has aged sufficiently, the cry will be, hey, pick up smoking, get your high-fat food going because people are living too long. It's costing too much.
My grandmother has cost quite a bit since she hit 80, believe you me. All right, let's talk to who we got. Frank?
Frank.
Yeah.
16,
yeah.
What do you want?
Oh, another.
Yeah. Well, like, at the base of my penis, there's like little bumps. They like don't hurt or anything. They're
sort of flesh-colored.
Um,
And is there hair coming out of them, kind of?
no. And plus, I've never done anything like with the girl, like intercourse or anything like that.
Yeah, but that's completely normal, Frank. What you have there,
It's just like what is
completely
that?
normal. I don't even think it's anything. It might be the pearly penile papules, but it's normal to have a certain amount of what's sort of hypertrophy of the follicles. They just sort of enlarge down there, particularly towards the base.
So there's
Completely
like,
normal. Sometimes they can actually form little zits and things in that area. Guys freak out about that.
yeah, because I thought I might have like genital warts or something like that.
Well, how would you have gotten that if you never had sex?
I don't know, because
All right, ain't gonna happen.
I thought that like some diseases could like be transferred from like a mom to her son. Is that
Yeah, there's
possible?
such a thing, but not to the genitalia.
Hold on, you effing your mom?
Right, unless you're effing your mom.
Well, hold on, he didn't answer. He didn't answer.
Adam, I
Yeah.
in fact, this reminded me of something. I was sitting in, I don't know, some airport, Detroit airport, and they have these huge screens in the Northwest terminal. And CNN's, playing all the time, and all of a sudden they have kind of goofy commercials on CNN. And this commercial comes on and says, it's the International Trachomata Organization, the International Trachomata Society, potentially going to cure 500 million potentially blind children out there from the Trachomata Organization. Do you know what trachomata is?
No.
Chlamydia.
Oh, really?
It should be the International Chlamydia Organization, but it's because it's chlamydia trachomatis, they softened it up to, let's just call it trachomata.
Oh, they don't like
chlamydia.
they don't like the stigma of chlamydia.
Is that nuts?
Well-
They're having this huge international push to cure chlamydia, so it does, because it can cause blindness in children if a woman's infected when she delivers.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
I guess 500 million times.
You don't hear that. You don't hear about it that much.
Well, it doesn't happen in this country because the kids get these drops in their eyes at birth immediately, and
Right.
that prevents that. Gonorrhea can cause infection. We're not talking about America here.
Let me say this real fast as far as Americans and PSAs go. What we've done is we've successfully whooped all the bad organisms and germs in this country, and we've gotten rid of all this stuff. Even AIDS is sort of on the way out, or at least we figured out a way to control it and everything. Now, when we get statistics from groups that want our money or want to frighten us, we get world statistics. So we were used to getting United States statistics,
Right.
and that's all we got for about the last 50 years. And now they're including Africa. And
Yeah.
we all feel like, oh, my God, what happened all of a sudden with this AIDS? You're
500 million?
500
Oh, my
million
God.
people infected by the year 2010, and this is the fastest growing group is heterosexual males, and blah 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 blah. And now what they're needing, it's like America has dried up as a resource for them to pull numbers from and crunch numbers from to get money out of us. So they're now moving to different continents, mainly Africa, to scare us. And I think they need to put a disclaimer on there, because when I hear that it comes from another part of the world, I no longer care. That's the way I look. You know why? Because I'm a good American, and
Well, no,
I
it's
worry
also
about this
because-
country.
Also because you're pissed off that they sort of almost pull the wool over your eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and they
It's a little reefer madness
they
mentality
tell you
there.
stuff that it doesn't make sense when they start talking about snake bites being the number one killer of children in their young teens, and you try to think
After
what?
quicksand. After
Yeah,
quicksand.
right. And you realize these are Vietnamese kids who are in rice paddies getting bitten by water moccasins. They don't let you know that part. They make you
really-
think it's your country. That's
What they
all I'm
should-
saying.
Really, if they were being honest, they would say, we've done such a good job in our homeland of eradicating this illness.
Right.
Consider the world issue. 500 million people at risk.
Right.
Instead, what you get is this shady music and
Right.
it's coming to get you kind of feeling.
Right. Yes. Here's what I want. If it's out of this country, I want the flag of the country that it's representing on like a ghost, like what Fox does.
Like you'd recognize
Like all the
flag,
stations.
though.
Well, look, that's my point. If I don't recognize it, no money.
Oh,
That's my policy.
That's not necessary.
All I know is that the United States and Canada and some of Mexico's flag.
Here's Maria. She's 20. Maria.
Hi.
What's happening?
Nothing. I'm kind of irritated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like,
You want to get over it and then call us back, or you all right?
no. Like, I was at work today, right? And me and my boyfriend, we work we work at the airport.
Mhm.
And, like, we were, like, sitting there texting each other today. And
Did you say
Testing?
talk? Did you say
Testing?
talking?
texting, no text.
Oh,
Texting,
oh.
You know the phone? You send little messages on the phone?
You know, the Nextel skiing commercials?
No, not
You were
the phone.
texting.
Cellular.
You were
Yes.
texting each other with the cellular phone.
Yes.
Yeah, because like last month we had a little ordeal that I was really late with my period, and he started freaking out, and I normally don't freak out because I'm just like, okay, whatever, I'm not pregnant, And
Well, what, you're going to wish yourself not pregnant?
oh no, Jesus Christ! I have a feeling that I'm not going to be pregnant. I just
Right,
Maria,
right.
please.
Oh,
please.
let her go. Just
That's
keep
crazy.
going. So you're
No,
texting each other.
No, seriously, like I know when I get a bad feeling about something.
No,
Normally,
I
it
know.
happens,
Right, I know.
But like I think I know my body well enough.
No, I
You know what I
understand.
mean?
That's right.
To,
So, like,
to wish
you-
yourself not pregnant?
No.
I
She
never
knows.
said I wish myself. No, I
Jesus
never said I
Christ,
wish
Drew, would you
myself.
shut up, please? She knows
No,
when
but
she's
I'm-
pregnant.
No. I'm not pregnant. But the thing is, he freaks
I
me
just
out.
said you know when you're pregnant, you goofball.
And then I tell him, I'm like, okay, well, get me birth control, because I don't normally, like when I get money from work, I just spend it like that. So
Shocking.
I was like, you know what? You're either gonna pull out. And he's like, I don't want to pull out all the time, and da da da. I was like, well, okay, then you better like buy me birth control because.
All right, Maria.
Hold on.
Maria.
What are
Maria,
you, a
where's Maria?
stenographer? How do you do all this? This would take me 4 or 5 hours on that text messaging. Well, first
Where's
off,
Maria?
hold on. Do you guys know what Jamie Presley sounds like?
Yeah.
The actress, the
Yeah.
hot blonde. She
Yeah, that
come in
sounds
here
like
from
her.
time to time. Sounds
Could be her.
exactly like. I think
Could
it's
be.
her. I think it's her. Maria,
Yeah.
do anyone ever tell you that?
No, actually, you know what? One of my ex-boyfriends would always call me up like all the time because he told me that I sounded like a porn star on the phone, or like I'd have like a sexy voice, and I'm like, whatever, dude. I don't think I do.
All
I
right.
think I sound like a guy.
Well, I know she sounds like a guy too.
Oh.
It's just when you see her, it just sort of makes it okay.
Maria,
Yes.
him putting his penis in you, whether he has an orgasm or not, can get you pregnant.
No, I know this.
Okay.
All right.
Why do you do this then?
Well, because I just have a feeling that if we were looking up on the internet, when are you most fertile?
Mm-hmm.
Adam, do you see what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
She's wishing herself not pregnant. I have a feeling I'm not going to get pregnant, therefore we can go ahead and have sex.
Well, listen.
No. I started. Okay, I just recently started, and I was like, okay, when I start my period, get me the BC so that, we can get this thing on the cycle.
Well, Adam, Maria, you can't have someone get it for you. You have to go in
No,
and get
I
it.
know, but I'm saying.
And if you go to Planned Parenthood, listen. If you go, I'm going to yell again. Listen. If you go to Planned Parenthood, you can get it perhaps for free. So go to Planned Parenthood, okay?
Now listen.
Hey,
It's
on
the listen,
you know,
listen.
I'm listening.
All right, worked out well because she was just coincidentally talking over that drop. But what do you do at the airport? You head up security?
Oh no, I'm just at the ticket counter.
I see. You work for an airline?
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, work.
Thank God.
For Dr. Drew. Yeah. What's that?
Who's the thank God?
That was David Allen Greer, actually.
Who do you work for?
What airline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I work for Thai Airways International and Air New Zealand.
All right, good. I don't fly either one of those. All right, baby, get that birth control.
No, I know.
All right, that's enough. Just
get
get
it.
that and listen to me. Listen to me.
All right.
You're going to get pregnant, and then you're going to go from a life in the frying pan to a life in the fire. You understand me? Now, don't be stupid.
I know, but I'm saying he needs to. If he.
All right.
He needs to do nothing,
I don't
unfortunately.
care.
When the male birth control pill comes out, he needs to do something. He needs to wear a condom. You need to get birth control pill. Here's
Yeah.
Naomi.
Stupid people are like they're like Cro-Magnon man in that they're very superstitious.
Right.
And I mean, I thought she was going to talk about like, if she sacrificed a pigeon, she wouldn't get pregnant. There.
Oh, yes.
You lose your rational thinking,
That
and then
very
it's a lot
quickly.
of sort of wishful.
Yeah.
So when you hear about old days, pagans and
Oh,
people
yeah.
and all these sacrifices and
Oh,
appeasing
yes.
the volcano god and stuff like that. when you talk to some people on this show and just out in life, you realize they're not too far from their ancestors.
Well, Maria's voice right from our ancestors.
That's
wasn't
right.
She?
Naomi,
Yeah,
you're 17?
yeah.
What's up?
I can't have an orgasm.
Mm-hmm.
You're 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it may be a few years before you do.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you try to give yourself one?
Oh, yeah.
Nothing?
Doesn't work.
No. Uh-huh. And
Is there any reason you have any? Are you on any medication?
No,
Do you have any history of sexual trauma or anything of that sort?
not really.
Not really. Adam, any history of sexual trauma for you?
not really.
Okay, good.
All right. What do you mean, not really?
Well, not really.
All right.
Once again, what does that mean? Not really.
Well, let me answer. Not really. Do you have a vibrator? I'm moving on. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Borrowed a couple.
You borrowed a few?
Yeah.
Jeez. That is, why you're going to
commitment.
borrow, and what else do you borrow? Like rectal thermometers and tampons?
Well, no, there's not too many places around where I live where I can get my own.
I see. And you can't have stuff sent to the house, right?
No.
I understand. All right. Well, what about the tub? You know, you get in the tub and you run the water down there.
Doesn't work.
Did you
I
try
heard
that?
Some girl had an orgasm by the shower head, I think. I heard.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Doesn't work. Nothing works.
What, did you try that?
Yeah.
On the shower head?
Yeah.
You got one of those ones that has the...
The pulse and the spray and the jets. All that
but the
good
shower head's way up there. You got one of those kind that has the...
stuff. Yeah, the
Comes off.
coming down one. The cord.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
That means you either live in a really nice place or a mobile home.
No, my mom just had to have it, so she made my dad get it years ago.
I see. All
That,
right.
that proves your point right there, Adam. See?
All right, there.
One or the other. There you go.
Naomi.
But listen, Naomi, if that sexual trauma that you're not going to tell us about is significant, that might be the reason you're not sort of functioning sexually. But at 17, a lot of women can't do this. It just takes some time. Just kind of stick with it, and your biology will change with time, and you'll come to understand your function better as the biology changes.
Yeah, I've heard
And,
there's like some women that can never have one.
Yeah, but that's actually uncommon.
Really?
But you will.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, you're not one of them. I know that.
Not with your commitment. Not
Right.
with your
My boyfriend's
commitment.
like really ticked off.
Well,
Your boyfriend is?
Yeah.
Are you faking it?
He said a fake is worse than actually not having one at all, so I'll make him feel that bad.
I like the idea that he's going to punish you for not having one.
Oh, no, he punishes himself, really. I mean, we ran it raw the other day, literally. I mean,
What?
it was like beet red and
yeah.
raw.
Well, you're not going to have an orgasm during intercourse. Forget about that. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a long way off.
You know what that's like? That's like trying to start a fire with a stick when
Yeah.
it's raining outside.
Yes.
It's just that, come on. And you got someone down there blowing on it. Come on. You ever see that on Survivor when they tried that
Yes, I
stick
did.
fire thing?
Yes, I did.
Let me tell you, whoever sort of bled that line to our brains growing up, you know, these Indians with
Yeah.
the stick and the piece of bark and a little brush there and 4 or 5 revolutions on the arrowhead. You know, they had the end of the stick down there. It's
Right.
like, shh, whoosh, big fire would come flaming up. Listen, I don't know if you've ever tried that. It is impossible. As a matter of fact, I don't think it physically, technically works.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody who can do it. I've never seen it done. So anyway, that's what it's like. That's what I'm picturing, these two, Naomi and her boyfriend in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, painful. Okay, we're going to
Although
take
they
a
almost
break.
lit her vagina on fire. It almost happened.
Almost went up in flames.
Yeah.
Which you needed the Indian guy blowing on it and putting dried grass on it. Whew. So where are we going here, Drew? We're going to take a
We're on
break?
break, yeah.
Okay. Drew's over there in New York. I'm out here in L.A. We're going to come back right after this. And I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Drew over there in New York City tonight.
Yes, sir.
How is it? How's the weather?
Raining.
Oh, good. Yeah, you missed some weather out here. We had a little
Right
rain.
here was beautiful yesterday, though, and today.
Very nice yesterday, but started to rain a little bit today.
Listen,
That's
Anderson,
true.
Adam and I are very affected by our environment. We're very sensitive, don't you know?
I really love that rain. You know why? Anything that can aid in my napping. And there's nothing like rain. You know why rain is nice for napping? For two reasons. A, you get the sound and the sort of climate that works for napping. But B, it eliminates the stuff you should be doing instead of napping.
Right.
That crap where you're like out in the yard doing something, or just that even if it's out running errands or something, it gives you a nice excuse for not doing anything. And so it's like it's a physical and emotional. It works on two levels, that rain, as far as the napping goes.
Good times.
Yeah, I should move up to Portland or something. And it'd just be like
Seattle.
Rip Van Winkle. Brian?
Hello.
Yeah, I want to move to a place that's a good napping climate.
We could never wake up.
And Brian, you're calling from Michigan?
Yeah.
Which that's a decent napping climate for me?
Yes. There's a lot of clear air up here that makes you really tired, you know?
Oh, interesting. And
You're-
I think you might be having problems because you're in California and it's smoggy, you know?
it makes me tired.
Right.
I get a lot of
Toxic.
toxins, a lot of toxins in my
your
blood.
oxygen levels are down.
That's right.
You're not
my
up there,
energy.
Brian, in the UP, are you?
No.
No. Oh, no, God,
Almost
no.
Ohio.
But a lot of snow days over there in Michigan, too, right?
Word up.
More nappage. I may just spend winters with you, Brian.
Oh, yeah. You can come over.
Thanks. What's your question?
All right. I've got an ex-girlfriend who was about a year ago, like, we went out, and, probably 4 months ago, a year ago we broke up. And then about 4 months ago, my friend was, like, looking through the paper, and he was like, hey, isn't that girl you dated? She's, on the front page. And I looked, and she had been in a major accident, and I was just like, wow, life sucks,
Oof.
Yeah, but, in the meantime, I hadn't thought about her like a wink, And then about probably a month ago, she called me out of the blue, and she said that she'd had major head trauma, and she, was pronounced dead like 3 times, and da-da-da, and it sounds really serious. But she's like, yeah, since the head trauma, like, I get these flashes, and, like, I just keep on thinking of you.
Oh,
And
boy.
she, like, asks me how old she is and, like, all sorts of weird questions, and it's hard
Oh,
to talk
boy.
to her. I don't want to be a jerk, but it's like, I didn't sign on for that,
Yeah, head trauma patients are really difficult to relate to.
Uh-huh.
Especially at your age. You've never been exposed to anything like this, so it's a changed person, and the way they think and the way their brain functions is
It's really sad.
changed.
She was 18 and really cute, and then all of a sudden she's just done in like 5 seconds,
Why'd you break up with her?
We just broke up. It was mutual. Like, we were all,
18 and cute.
yeah.
Where are you going?
What?
I don't understand why you break up with 18 and cute.
We just got bored. She didn't have that much to say, really.
No. Well, so
now.
the head trauma didn't slow her down. Well, listen, I don't know. Why don't you go over there and have sex with her or something?
Hey.
Is she
She broke her pelvis all over the place.
Oh,
Yeah, bad times.
yeah.
is she hypersexual or anything?
No. We were fine. Like, she just, I don't know. She's just, I don't know. She just keeps on saying that she keeps on seeing me, and like she calls and we don't really talk about anything in particular. It's like talking to a senior citizen. Like all it is about is like medical treatments and da-da-da. And she asked me like, then, it's like, hey, what'd you do today? And she's like, blah, blah, blah. They taped my eyes shut so I could sleep and did it. And we're talking. And then all of a sudden she's just like, hey, how old am I? My mom keeps on telling me I'm 18, but I don't believe her.
All right. Well,
It's
so,
like
all right. So what
weird
should...
questions.
All right, what should he do with her, Drew? Should he let her down easy? Is she even going to remember? Should he just not answer the phone?
You may want to contact her parents and see if there can be sort of a systematic way of dealing with this, a way that's not harmful to her, and I'd be a little avoidant. I think that's reasonable.
On the other
He's
hand,
not a caretaker.
maybe-
he's not responsible for
I
her,
know, but he's a human, and they had a relationship, and she's
Yes.
been through a lot.
Yes.
Maybe not call her back. Get the caller ID thing going, and when it's from the Holy Cross Hospital, don't pick up. That's my policy, by the way. And then once in a while, when you do talk to her, just be pleasant and move off the phone. She's not asking for anything.
I mean, there is another alternative is to go visit her and see what's going on and be supportive and see if you can be of assistance. But you're not responsible for her. It'd be nice if you were responsive.
Yeah.
she's going
Well,
through a
just
tough time.
you look at it like, you don't have to commit your life to her, but if she gets hold of you, be nice to her for 8 minutes before you get off the phone. Hey, Drew, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was telling you, but I was watching Liza Minnelli being interviewed
Yeah.
last week because I was TiVoing something. I didn't want to watch it at the same time.
Right.
Let's save it as a little treat for when I get home. And she seems like 10 kinds of nuts, this Liza Minnelli.
Yeah.
But she was saying, my doctor told me I would never walk again and I may never talk again. And
After what?
I wonder, she
After
had like
what?
encephalitis or something. I don't know what the hell she had. But here's my point. Do people say that about 10 times as much as doctors actually say that?
Oh, yes.
It seems to me whenever I hear those stories that doctors would not say that as much as people say they say it.
Doctors will review the potential. They'll always say, well, here's what could happen, but here's what we think is going to happen here.
Yeah,
They're responsible to give them all the information.
No, does any doctor look anyone in the eye and go, you'll never walk again, you'll never talk again?
No.
Especially when the case is sort of marginal and there's a 5% or 20% chance or 50% chance they may walk and talk again?
The most I've ever done is with older people when they have big strokes and intracranial bleeds. I will sit the family down and I will say, look, things are never going to be the same. Just begin accepting that things are going to be permanently different. But I won't say how, because you can't really predict how. It's hard to say how. But I'm trying to get, and even then when you tell people that, they reject it. They don't, it takes them a year to sort of come to terms with it.
Yeah. Here's the story I want to hear. I want to hear some guy saying, the doctor came to my room and he told me I would never walk again. And you know what? He was right. I haven't walked since then.
Oh, there's a lot of that.
Jennifer? Well, you just don't hear him talking about it.
Right.
You're 21. What's up?
I'm 21. My boyfriend's 29, and he wants to watch me get it on with another girl. And he's been bothering me for the past 2 years about it.
I believe, Adam, he's what, hang on a second, Jerry, he's what, Adam, you would call a dynamite individual.
Yeah, well, he's a regular guy. This is a fantasy a lot of guys have.
He's a despicable asshole.
Drew, please, go ahead.
And he doesn't want to have intercourse with this other person that we don't even know who it would be.
Right.
And I don't know. I mean,
what does he want to do? Just watch?
Yeah, he wants to watch a girl go down on me and me just fondle her.
And what's he gonna be doing?
He just wants to watch.
Is he gonna masturbate?
Yeah, he says, eventually, like, I will.
Eventually,
we will have intercourse, but he wants the girl to be like fondling my breast while he's.
I see.
Me.
Interesting. But he doesn't get a crack at her.
No.
No, I see. Well, here's a couple things. Sometimes the lines get a little blurred when the penis comes out and the wine coolers are flowing freely. You know what I mean? The music is going and the incense is burning and a guy's had an erection for a while. He will sometimes go back on his word or forget what the rules of engagement were. You see what I'm saying?
Or strangely lose his way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
And he will always err on the side of more than what you were expecting rather than less than what you were expecting.
And what you can also bet on, guys, is they'll err towards novelty.
What is that, Drew? Clown hat?
New.
Oh, new.
And clown feet. Too.
Not gag scrotum sack. The one with the electric shock buzzer in it. So, Drew, you're saying he will go toward having sex with the new girl?
Well, if he's sort of straying.
Yeah.
That's what I tell him. I'm like, well, I don't want to do it if you're going to be having these sexual thoughts about her. And obviously he will, but I want it to be involved. I want to be involved also.
Look, whatever this is, Jennifer, it's going to be a disaster. Just accept that.
Yeah, that's what I tell him. Because you've always said that it'll be the end of the relationship. And
well, see,
I don't know how to put a stop to it now. Like if it will put an end to the relationship, then I'm going to say no. And how do I get him to just stop?
How serious is he about the relationship? Do you know?
No, we just recently broke up and we're back together. And he didn't try hooking up with someone else, and he wanted me back.
The hell he didn't.
Thanks.
Well,
He tried, he just
how do you
couldn't.
know he didn't try anything?
Oh, I know him. I trust him.
Oh, please.
All right.
This is the same guy that wants you to be with another woman.
All right, I'm gonna take 3 stabs at what this guy does for a living.
Number 1.
You're not going to get it. Okay.
All right, number 1, male apparel somehow. These,
No.
guys who works at the suit shops, you know, these slime buckets. Drew, what's wrong with these guys who work at these suit shops? You know the guys at the mall who
Does that
work at
include
the
the
suit
tux-
shop?
does that
All the
include
guys,
the
all guys who
tuxedo?
work around male clothes are just slime balls. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
You put on that.
Not that.
All right, not that guy. Something with pagers,
No.
Selling
Oh,
phones or pagers.
phones or pagers,
No.
or something with automobiles, limousine, town car, dispatcher, driver, that kind of
I
thing.
do get sales
He's a
type
cop.
thing.
Oh, he's a cop.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, that would have been first, but every time I say that, the cops show up over here and they complain. All right, so this guy's a sick guy. Yeah, he's got his issues. All right. Well, look, if you want the relationship to last, if you think you're going to get married, I wouldn't do it.
No. Go. Okay.
Not if you want this thing to last.
But look, you're not going to marry the guy just want to have a good time and a new experience, then do it.
Well, he says it'll only be once, but I'm like, well, what if you like it? And then you're gonna ask me more and more and more, you know?
Yeah.
Or
all right.
what if all these weird feelings come out of this one time? So
All right. Let's talk to James. James is 17. James?
Hello?
Yes, James.
Hi.
Hey.
Ooh, 17?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Still waiting for that other nad to drop, huh?
Yeah, just about.
That's a damn lie, and you know it!
Virgin?
Yeah.
Shocking.
Not 17.
No, you can't
way.
be 17. James, how old are you?
I'm 17.
Birth date?
May 21st, 1981.
20. 22. 21.
Yeah, wait a minute. That's all off. James.
Nice try, James.
Boy, you a retard. And even then, you went real slow.
I know.
Still couldn't come up with it.
Why are you lying about your age?
Well, James, what are you? 20? What are you?
You're 14.
20?
You're
22
14.
or are you 17?
Or did you hang up?
No, he's there.
Yeah,
He hung up. Jesus Christ. He had a question about Spanish Fly.
I know.
Who talked to him? Which one of you goofballs? You didn't know, Damien, this kid? You didn't know this kid was 13 years old? May 21st, 1981. Well, listen, we're past 2001, are we not?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, so it seemed like easy enough math to do. That was pretty good. All right,
Now
let's
it's break
okay, we're gonna take a break. But look, you know, and I have mixed feelings about handing these warnings out. But if you're gonna call and lie about something, it's important to have a couple of the beats worked out. You know what I mean? If you're gonna say what, like, I'll give you a clue. Like here's a good one. If you're going to say that you were born in such a month, find out what the Aquarius sign that matches up with that month is, because it'll shut people down immediately. You understand? All you got to do is go in at that. If you go, hey, I was born in May, and someone goes, well, what's the sign? And you go Gemini. I was born at the end of May. It'll shut them down immediately, right, Drew?
But the other thing our callers do, some of our callers get the details down now because we've been coaching them for a few years.
Yeah.
But then no payoff.
Right.
They can't deliver a payoff.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to bust more people after this. Hey, everybody. Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Max?
Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
Oh, just a friend.
All righty.
First, Adam, Family Guy is my favorite show.
Yeah, that's a good show.
Yeah.
Did you watch
Unacceptable.
that one that you had TiVo'd?
What?
Yes.
with the King and I?
Yes, I did watch last week's Family Guy, as I watch every week, because
Some good fart humor there for you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, well, I hope this show's not canceled, but I think it is. But anyway, what's up there, Max? You're 15.
Yeah, my friend, she's with this junior, and, you know, he tells her all this sweet stuff, and he feeds her the stuff, and she eats it right up. But he's a total a-hole, so...
What do you mean?
Well, you know, she's really hot, so...
Yeah.
He's just going for an easy lay, and I'm wondering
you, on
how...
the other hand, that doesn't figure into your interest in her life at all.
Oh, no.
No. Okay.
But I'm just wondering how I can convince her to get out of this relationship without, like, sounding too parental.
Well, are you into her?
No.
Well, why do
come on.
Why do you want to get her out then?
Well, because she's a friend of mine.
She
No way.
is, but isn't this guy a friend of yours too?
No.
Oh, I thought this guy was a friend of yours.
No.
I see. So, and is she really into this guy?
Yeah.
And how do you know the full skinny on this guy? I mean, how do you know what his motives are?
Well, I mean, he's a jerk to... Like, I'm a freshman, she's a freshman. He's a jerk to all the freshmen guys, except, you know, when it comes to girls.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of
job.
guys are that way. Yeah, it's a job. You gotta screw with the freshman guys and try to screw the freshman girls.
Yeah.
And Jesus Christ, what do you? Does that mean you're in the 9th grade?
Yeah.
Drew, I'm telling you, I really question the wisdom of throwing the 9th graders in with the 17, 18, 19 year olds because look, I've said it many times. Don't you think that as far as high school goes, if you're on that campus, you're fair game?
Yeah.
Whether it's trying to screw you or trying to beat you up, you're going to your high school student. I just happen to be a couple years older and a couple years bigger, and I got a few more pubes, and now I'm going to pound you or screw you. I really wonder about sticking 9th graders in with like juniors and seniors. I think they ought to get back to how it was, which is 10th graders.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. Well, sorry there, Max, but don't worry. One day you'll have your revenge.
Yeah.
You'll exact your revenge on some spazzy scrubs, as we used to call them. But I don't know. You can tell her what you think, and you can tell her what you know, and then if you're not interested in her, then that's it. As a friend, you did your job.
All right.
But unfortunately, I believe you're much more into it than just a friend. And
You
if
want to
you
try
are,
to
you
get
might
him
as well
to
be
admit
honest.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, you might as
sure,
well be honest.
Max, you're not interested in her at all?
No.
Are you gay?
No.
Well, what's up? She's a hot chick. You've known her for a while.
Yeah. I mean, if she came on to me, I'd get with her, but I am making no, you know,
Well, how long have you known her?
3 years, 4 years.
What if she broke up with him and was devastated and asked you to come over and help her sort of get through it?
I'd take advantage of her.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well,
of course, Max.
Wait a second there. Drew, quiet down. You're a passionate man, and I can't help but rub off on every 15-year-old that calls. But weren't you friends with her, or aren't you friends with her because you were interested in her at some point?
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, she's not very smart.
Yeah. Well, you're no Einstein yourself, though, Max. I mean,
Thanks.
You also need to learn to be a little more truthful, Max. Come on.
You're into her, right?
Well, kind of.
Okay, well, that's why you guys have a relationship. I mean, you made
That's why
friends
you're so
with her because you're interested in her.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe you should make your move.
All right.
I know it's hard to compete with these older men, these 16-and-a-half-year-olds, these seasoned sexual veterans. Oh, Jesus Christ, Drew.
You know what, though? There is now sort of a theory around these triangles that victims form between themselves, the abuser, and a rescuer. That these are sort of typical patterns. And we hear about it all the time on this show. When a guy, the nice guy, is going to come in and rescue the girl that's used to being a victim from the a-hole boyfriend.
Yeah.
But apparently this is a real common paradigm that people who have been abused in childhood or traumatized in any way, they set up in many ways through their life. They'll even set it up with people that are taking care of them medically. They'll set up with a rescuer, and it gratifies the person that needs to feel like a rescuer, but it ends up sort of sticking them in the same victim role again.
Yeah, that's interesting. So it becomes like a sort of, I don't know, I'm just picturing nature. It's like you got your hunter and you have your prey, and then your maggots roll in.
Yeah.
And clean up the mess. I mean, they all sort of work together, and they're weird in a weird sort of nature cycle.
Yeah.
And you're saying the saver, the victimizer, and the victim all have to sort of travel together.
But it keeps the victim a victim. It doesn't. The victim can never break out of that role when it has those two elements in their life.
Right. Ryan?
Hey, how's it going?
You're 18. You run track.
Yeah.
What do you run in track?
I do the hurdles.
What is it? The 110
The 110 and the 400 hurdles.
and the 400?
Yes, sir.
Jesus Christ! I would hack up my liver if I tried to run 400 hurdles. What do you do the 110 hurdles in?
I do it. Oh, actually, yesterday I did it in 15.3.
Is that good? Sounds pretty good.
I'm like 23rd or something in the state. I don't know, 15th. I don't know, something in the area.
Well, that's not bad. Yeah, that's a bitch. All right, so you want to know if having sex before you run is going to have an adverse effect on your running?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, Drew, let's just answer this.
No,
but if you burn a lot of calories, I could see it making a difference.
if you pull a muscle or something.
Yeah, I pulled a few. Oh no, wait, I'm beating off.
I would.
Yeah.
I would think you'd want sort of optimal testosterone levels if you were an athlete, and you don't want to have too much or too little sex if that's what you're searching for.
When do you think you hit your optimal peak, though?
Yeah, I know. It's hard to say.
Is it at 2 days? Is it that day?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody knows that.
We'll take a break. I'm going to do some research with Ann, see if I hit my optimal testosterone peak during the commercial break.
Nice.
And we'll be right back. Hey, everybody. Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191.
Here we go.
Hey, Drew.
Hey, Adam.
What about those really good mattresses you see advertised in the magazines and stuff?
Those crazy ones that leave imprints of your body?
Yeah. It's like an outline of your body, like a corpse fell asleep there last night.
Like a murder scene or something?
Yeah.
An outline. As far as I know, you can't do better than a really, really high quality mattress, old fashioned mattress, like you get at a Four Seasons hotel or something.
Yeah, but aren't those commercials intriguing when they have some doctor from Helsinki discussing the mattress that's filled with husk and it's hypoallergenic and all that good stuff? It's very tempting to me. Very tempting.
To me, it feels like it'd be uncomfortable to move around in those.
I like
hard to move around.
Yeah, you're talking about the ones that just seem like they're filled with gel.
Yeah.
And just take on the shape of your body.
Yep.
Yeah. What are you eating there, Drew?
How can you tell?
Yeah, engineer Matt called and told me you were trying to open something. What is it?
Right.
What are you eating? Seriously.
Raisins.
Good times. David?
Hey.
You're 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up? What's going on there, Drew?
I'm putting it away.
All right. Putting it away in your mouth?
No.
All right. David, what's up?
I kind of have a problem with depression.
Yeah.
And I threatened to kill myself once in a while with my
right.
mom. And she gets really upset over it, and I really don't know what to do. I mean, I'm just constantly depressed.
Have you gotten help for this?
No, never.
Why not?
Well, I just never asked anybody about it. I mean...
Well, David, you have a life-threatening illness, and you're having potentially life-threatening symptoms.
Oh, no. I don't really want to kill myself. I just tell people that. I mean, I tell my mom that, rather. I don't tell other people that, but I tell that to my mom, and I don't even know why. It's just I'm so depressed, I just feel like saying it.
Where's your dad?
Right now, he's in the military. He's up in Georgia, and he's about to be shipped out.
Are there things besides that are depressing you in your life?
Actually, it's things from the past, actually.
What's that?
Well, about 6 or 7 years ago, my mom told me how I really came about. I mean, my dad is not my real dad. He's really my stepdad. And my mom told me about 7 years ago that she had been she'd been raped by a guy, and I was born because of that.
Oh,
she got pregnant by that guy, and
first of all, it's a little bit to lay on a 9-year-old, but
he was almost 10.
Yeah, be that as it may.
I mean,
on some level,
hold on. How does that? Honey, David, have you heard of rape? Oh, you haven't. This is when a man holds a woman down and oftentimes beats her and then has intercourse
Intercourse, Mom? Intercourse?
Humpy.
Mom?
He takes his ding-a-ling and puts it in her hoo-ha.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why?
But, well, because he's a bad man.
Oh, it's bad when guys do that.
Yes, and mommies cry. Anyway, that's where you came from. So what's it going to be tonight? Arby's or Pizza Hut? Jesus Christ, Mom. Yeah, look, Drew, I don't believe you should speak to your kids about anything until their 18th birthday. Anything.
Yeah.
David?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry that your mom told you that.
On one hand, it's a lot to lay on a 9-year-old. On the other hand,
well, it
shows your mom's level of commitment to your life. She was willing to commit herself in spite of this having happened in sort of nefarious ways. She loves you. She made sure you had life. And how this happened had nothing to do with you. You are the victim in all this, really, as much as she is.
Well, it really didn't happen the way that Adam was talking about it. Kind of happened this way. She was partying with some friends one night or something to that effect. She was having
well, hold on, David. I don't want to cut you off, but I got to cut you off, which is that's sort of not germane to our story. I mean, we're trying to figure out what you can do about not being depressed, and the fact that you're here on the planet, we're just going to take as a given. And I don't want to get too caught up in the past. The point is you, if you're depressed, must talk to a doctor, get an evaluation, see about getting on some medication, talk to a counselor or a therapist. A lot of 16-year-old guys are depressed. This happens to half the population. You're not the only one, and you got to get some help. And it's doable now. I'll tell you, the two things that I think were around when we were growing up, Drew, are the two things that you can really work on in this day and age, which is zits and depression.
Yeah, they both are. That's right. There's no reason to suffer from these things. And in David's case, again, I understand he doesn't really believe that he's actively suicidal, but he's having suicidal thoughts. That is a profoundly serious situation. If his life were that endangered by any other illness, he'd be running to the doctor. Same thing applies here. This is a life-threatening condition, and he's got to do something about it. There's no reason to suffer with this.
Yeah. Drew?
Yeah.
Who are you talking to here on line 6?
Is that not a line?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Hey, go to line 1 there. David?
Yeah.
You've already talked to David.
Oh, okay. What are you doing?
I'm screwing up.
Okay, well, let me take over. I'm just
No,
watching. I'm watching the screen and watching you punch up stuff that either we talked to or doesn't exist. And why did you just do that?
There we go. Because my screen isn't working quite right.
All right. Well, all right. Why don't you
Samantha, 19.
Just hung up on somebody. Samantha, there was a 13-year-old that had a brain tumor the size of a grapefruit. You just hung up on. That's all right. We'll see you on the other side, baby. Samantha, you're 19. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I have this boyfriend. We've been together for almost a month in April. And when we first met, I had asked him, the subject of being a virgin had came up, and I asked him if he was, and he said no. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I don't care, because I'm not, so I'm not going to judge you on that. So we ended up getting together, and then I had asked him, how many people have you been with? And he was like 10. And I was like, dude, that's a lot of people. But I kind of flipped out about it, and I figured, well, if you started at 16, that's okay, because he's 21 now. So I asked him when was the first time, and he said 18 and a half. And I was like, dude, that's a lot of people for you to have been with between 18 and a half and 21. And then he was like, well, you can't judge me on that and blah, blah, blah. And we kind of had an argument about it. And then I had said, well, I don't want to talk about this anymore because the more I think about it, the more it's going to bother me. And I'm going to do something stupid that I don't want to do, so I don't want to talk about it. And then he hung up on me, so I was like, okay, whatever. And then
does he call you dude also?
No, he calls her bro.
Oh, okay.
No. Anyways, so then I had talked to a friend, and she was like, you can't judge him on that. You like him for who he is, not for who he's been with. And so he called me, and he was like, I'm sorry for hanging up on you. And I was like, well, before you say anything more, I just want you to know that I'm not going to judge you on how many people you've been with, but for the person that you are. And then he turns around and is like, well, I'm really a virgin, and I just said that to make myself seem all
yeah. All right. So which one do you believe?
I don't know. I kind of believe that he's not, because I had first told him that like even if he wasn't, and if he has been with 10 girls, like I don't care, you know, like I like him for.
Well, look, let me ask you a few questions. He's 21. He's 21. Is he a college student?
No, he works.
Where does he work?
He's a security guard.
Yeah, that doesn't help us in the virgin part. Does he wear glasses?
No.
What about your friend who said to go easy on him? She's not interested in him at all?
I'm sorry, what? No, it was a girl.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Are any of your friends interested in him?
Not anymore.
They were at some point?
Well, like, I guess she kind of, like, had thought he was cute and was, like, kind of trying to be with him, but he didn't want to be with her.
She was?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
shocking.
Where's he from?
Where is he? He's from California.
I see. And is he a religious man?
No.
And why is he a security guard? What went wrong?
He tried the whole school thing, and he didn't like it at all.
All right. I say he's not a virgin.
You say he's not a virgin?
Well, you know, Drew,
but he is a sociopath.
I don't know that. I don't know that. Well, now that he tried to lie.
Yeah, why would he go from one extreme to the other? It's one thing to call him and go, you know what? He's trying to cover himself from...
No, you're right. I think he is a virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a virgin. Guys feel bad.
But he's a virgin? Because, like...
I don't know. How'd you meet the guy? Did he pick up on you?
No, he's a mutual friend.
Yeah, I mean, he's not... I mean, can't you tell if a guy can score or not?
Well, like, he doesn't... Well, that's the thing. Like, when I was discussing, like, him to my best friend, like, I was like, you know, he doesn't look like he's the type of person that would, like, be a virgin. But he seems like he looks like he's the type of person that would be a virgin, but then, like, you know, there's, like, all kinds of undercover freaks in this.
All right, who cares?
Oh, what was that?
I don't know. I talked to her long enough. It's our fault, Drew. Look, who cares? Here's the deal. He says he's a virgin. I believe him. Most guys don't lie about being virgins.
Right.
But
the fact that he's a liar is very troubling.
No, not that troubling.
Oh, please. I've had 10. He had specifics. I'm an 18. He didn't crack until like months later with this. Come on. He's a liar.
Yeah, but as a virgin, he has no experience with women, therefore spazzes out a little when it comes time to acting. He's actually trying to act like an experienced guy would act if he was in a relationship.
But if he had said 2 or 4, all right, but 10, I'm a big man. So what are you talking about?
Well, I bet he was doing his best just to trying to figure out what number the average 21-year-old had.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, Drew, when you're in that first relationship, especially if you're a little bit older, you don't know what to do with yourself. I mean, you lie, right?
No, but
Drew, please. Passionate man like yourself, you've been caught in a lie or two, I'm sure.
Tom is 23.
Tom?
Yeah.
You have a question about Thermodine?
Thermodrine.
Thermodine?
Yeah, it's an over-the-counter pill, and you take it, and a lot of people take it for weight loss, and I'm doing as well. I take it before I go to the gym and work out, and I was just wondering if you knew anything about it and if it was safe.
I've never heard of it. What's it in?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, that's
what
not
is
the
it?
That's the brand name, right?
It's the brand name. It's the pill. I don't really know what's in it. It's sold. It's kind of like Metabolite. That's more.
All right. Well, that means Ma Wang. That's what's in those things. Ephedra.
Yeah, ephedra. That's.
All right. That's a good way to get a stroke and a heart attack, and it's also addictive in higher doses.
What are you looking to do? Lose weight?
Well, a little of both. Lose weight, and I've taken it once or twice before, and I have a lot more energy when I go work out.
Yeah, you can take speed too and have more energy.
Yeah,
same thing.
Why I figured that's why I wasn't sure about taking it. I didn't think it was safe. I just wanted to.
See, the real problem is your body works in a very delicate homeostatic balance. It's keeping everything in balance, and we stress it with exercise, and then put a pharmacologic agent on top of that. That's how people drop dead out in the football field. Because your body it goes into sort of an overdrive that's not physiologic. And you can get strokes, and you can have rhythm disturbances in your heart. It's not a natural state. Immediately, it's not. So you're taking real serious risk with your health.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting it up for workouts today.
I beg your pardon?
Well, I mean, when you're talking to Tom, and I was thinking, what always works well is some nice music to get you fired up.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, well, this would be a decent segue to today. I saw David Allen Greer today. Did a little boxing workout, as we do every once in a while.
Do you subject him to the same music you used to subject me to when we worked out together?
Well, that's
Highway Star from Deep Purple.
This is the real comedy. You never really know how bad the music you listen to is until you listen to it with a black guy. Then all of a sudden you feel really stupid. And I had this CD, a couple of CDs in there, and I just sort of hit shuffle, and it landed on this bad, easy listening '70s CD. So I'm holding the punch mittens, and David Allen Greer's got the gloves on, and he's trying to put some combinations together, but Wildfire is playing. She ran calling Wildfire.
Blind, deaf, and dumb. I can't take it, Adam.
I swear to Christ, Gordon Lightfoot is up next, and then Cat Stevens, and I'm not saying anything, but about 2.5 songs into it, he just starts screaming.
How long have you been blind, deaf, and dumb?
So I felt extra lame, and then I had to pretend like I didn't like it. Like, oh man, I don't, some dude put that in there. I don't know how that got in there.
So then you got to this, what?
Yeah, then I went and found some black stuff. Put it on.
You had to show the stuff you really like, the Mott the Hoople and
no, you can't.
Deep Purple.
Here's the deal with music: if there are 150 white guys in a room and 2 black guys, you got to listen to DMX. That's how it works. This is how it works. We feel bad for being white. We know that our taste is sort of lame. We're slightly ashamed of the stuff we listen to, especially if it's that crap from the 70s. That easy listening 70s and 80s stuff. Especially if it's like a Haircut 100 or something, or Wham.
You got that Leonard Skinner stuff going. That's you.
Even that, but that's redneck music.
Right. That's right. It's redneck.
That's racist music.
Oh, I see.
So you have to listen. You got 2 choices. You can either listen to like new rap, or you can listen to like some old school stuff like Spinners or something like that. But
Motown.
You can't. Right. You can listen to some Motown, or you can listen to some DMX, but you cannot listen to the Wildfire and Gordon Lightfoot and all that crap. So I had to go change it and immediately pretend like I wasn't into it. But he, meaning David Allen Greer, is going to do this show on Wednesday night.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and I'm not doing it.
Oh, why?
Because I'm going to Florida to try out with the Dodgers.
What?
Man show bit.
Try out with them?
It's a man show bit.
How fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a good time. I wish my ankle would heal, God damn it. Max?
Yeah?
You're 15?
Yeah.
What's up?
First I'd like to say, Adam, you're a god.
Thank you, Max.
Yeah. Well, my question's for Drew.
Hmm?
I heard a couple of people say that niacin can clear out your system, like for drugs.
Not really.
Not really?
Well, here's the deal. Anything you're going to do to try to adulterate the urine,
Yeah.
whoever's testing you is going to pick that up. And an adulterated urine is a positive urine.
Yeah, but why is niacin adulterated?
But anything that actually would change. The niacin, I don't think will.
Well, I mean, if you take it in large enough doses, maybe it will, but then it'll be adulterated because the guy's taking 5 million cc's of niacin.
Right.
Plus, you'll catch on fire, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Max, you'll catch on fire if you eat a bunch of niacin.
Yeah.
Your head will turn beet red. You'll start sweating. And the next thing you know, you'll be in the shower with the water, just the cold water on, just leaned over screaming.
Yeah, I've tried it before.
Did you get all hot and red and weird?
Yeah, my skin got all blotchy and stuff.
Yeah. Drew, how come you don't know about this?
Oh, I know about that. Do you know how you can correct that, prevent that?
How?
Take an aspirin before you take the niacin.
Yeah, you say that, but I know it doesn't work.
I've never said that to you.
No, you say it now, but I'll try it, and it's not going to work.
Well, it depends how big a dose of niacin. We were using niacin now to lower people's cholesterol, and you have to build it up slowly and take aspirin before it for a while, that sort of thing.
It is, I'm surprised how many people aren't aware of this, but I really mean it. If you take 4 or 5 niacin tablets, 20 minutes later, you'll just turn red and feel like you're burning from the inside out.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
It's crazy. What is that? What's it doing?
It dilates blood vessels. It's a vasodilator, so all the blood's coming to the surface.
Is it good for you?
It's good for dizziness and ringing in the ears, that sort of thing.
Would it be good to do, I don't know, before you worked out or something to get blood moving or
I don't think
heat you
so.
up or warm you up?
No, not. Although I know that guys in the 70s used to do that before they played football. They try to get the stimulant effect of that, but no, I don't think so.
No, wouldn't act like you're warming yourself up somehow?
No, I don't think so.
Gloria?
Yeah.
35, what's up?
Oh, you're giving my age away.
Uh-oh. Oh, man. What are you doing? You an ex-junkie?
Me? Hey.
I don't know about ex.
Oh, current junkie? Something.
No, I like garbage, as in the music, right? No, I'm a sex addict.
Okay.
All right.
You must have been hooked on something, though. Booze?
I got the hookup.
Well, usually people get hooked on a drug before they get onto the behavioral stuff.
Oh, really?
So,
what were you into?
Well, no, I love sex, okay?
Yeah, but tell me the drug you're into.
Okay,
Which drug?
I'll tell you something. I haven't done drugs in a long time, but I experimented because, I love sex. And so...
You got that speed thing going.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been there.
No, we can just hear it in your voice. I mean, listen, these drugs change your biology. You can hear it in people's voice when you talk to them enough.
I know.
And so you're really an untreated
I have a
addict.
very low voice, but I can
Gloria, it's not the quality or the pitch of your voice. It's the energy behind it. And let's say you're an addict who was untreated, turned to sexual compulsion. Now you're going back to drugs. That's the way addiction works.
No, I treated myself. I haven't done anything for like 3 years.
You just went on to tell us that you were...
sex. So then now, I'm on a sex rampage.
All right.
Gloria?
Well, leave her alone.
Okay, listen, this is what happened.
Yeah.
You're not listening to...
Who cares? Go ahead. What about your ovaries?
I have a cyst, and I have to have surgery in the morning.
Uh-huh.
And the screwed-up doctor didn't, come and look at me for a long time, so I guess it's bigger, and I'm going in tomorrow morning. But so anyway, do you think I should cancel it if I haven't had enough sleep or anything over the weekend?
What are you talking about?
Should I cancel
what drugs are you doing?
If I haven't been sleeping?
Why haven't you been
You're
sleeping?
a doctor, aren't you?
Why haven't you been sleeping?
Because I've been having sex. Aren't you the love doctor?
What drugs have you been doing?
Have I called the right number?
I got such a raging boner right now, Drew. I'm so aroused.
Who, you?
Yeah.
You got a boner right now?
You sound hot, baby.
Bitch.
What drugs have you been doing, Gloria?
I'd like to slip my penis right in between those 3 teeth that are missing. And really,
no, you got
really
it
get
all
something
wrong.
going. Yeah.
Should I send you a tape? No, tell me.
Yeah.
So would you go into surgery if you had
Gloria, what drugs have you been doing?
Yes, I can hear you, Dr. Love or Drew.
What drugs have you been doing?
Right now, I'm not on anything.
Isn't that a Kiss song? Yeah.
A Kiss?
Yeah. Oh, no, you did.
Kiss? Hell yeah. Where?
Yeah. I'm more curious about who employs you. Do you work somewhere?
I employ me, baby.
You got a job?
Yeah.
What do you do?
What do I do? I'm a nurse.
No. Listen, if you were a nurse at a veterinarian hospital, the animals would complain. Do you understand? This would never work.
But you haven't seen it.
There's no way you're a working nurse. You're way too screwed up. Now, seriously. And better yet, okay.
I think that you got it wrong.
Let me ask some questions there, Screwball. Do you have any kids?
Very critical.
Do you have any kids?
Yes, I do.
Oh, no. I pray that they've been taken away from you at some point.
Oh, baby.
Have they?
I bet you don't have any kids, do you?
Have your kids been taken away from you?
What about you?
No, I don't have kids.
Any?
No.
I bet you have about 50, don't you?
Yes. Have your kids been taken away from you?
Have you ever met them?
Well, I'll tell you, Gloria, you'd be one hell of a trial attorney.
Not answering any questions.
Yeah.
No matter what you ask, all you get is a question back.
I bet you got 50
you know how
kids.
to spell my name, don't you, baby?
All right.
Gloria.
All right, hold on. I'm. You know what? I'm repulsed, yet I'm intrigued by this Gloria.
Okay.
She is my heroine, my speed, my crystal meth.
She is your like ulcer that you've got to pick. Your scab.
She's.
You want to go in for another round?
Yeah, we
gotta
got to take a break. I'm
we'll
curious. I just want to know though. Gloria, I'm curious what's going on with your kids. Who's raising them?
Who's raping them?
Okay, well, there you go.
You are not sweet, baby.
Either way. Well, hold on a second. I'm intrigued. Intrigued. Now, sir, are your kids living with you?
Yes, they are, honey.
They are. And how old are they?
7-11.
7 and 11?
Yes, I know. I know what you're going to say.
All right.
Stop, right?
No, I got nothing to say. All right. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. We got to take a little break. Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
I'll tell you, though, she's got to be into speed because this is what that sounds like.
I know that's what that is.
This is that crazy, it's the most unattractive sound a woman can make. It really is.
It is nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, and it's that crazy all over the place. But the thing that even makes it less attractive is this sort of bizarre sexuality that gets sprinkled on top of the drug haze, you know? So like 1 minute they just pick up little words that you say and go along with it. And then once in a while they go, "Hey baby." And you're like, "Oh, come on. I'd rather beat off to a family member's corpse. Oh, she hung up. That bitch. All right, we're going to take a little break. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew in New York. Our favorite Gloria.
She's back.
She called. She fell off the line, but she's back on the line.
I think she's thought better of it. You too have become like her sore, her scab that she's got to pick.
Yeah. It's
couldn't stay away.
Gloria.
Oh, hey,
Hey,
baby.
sweet pea. How you doing?
You're itching for me, honey.
Yeah, I know. We got off on the wrong foot, but
Didn't you say, Adam, you'd rather beat off to one of your family members' corpses? Wasn't that your closing comment?
I did say that, but let me put that in a context.
Oh, man, I
let me.
that.
First off, I
can't get you on the radio right now.
I have some attractive people in my family, so I'd like to use that as a defense.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm a solid 6. My sister's like a 7, and then my parents add up to 5. So I have 2.5s.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so
well,
there's some lookers.
That would come up to a 10, wouldn't it?
No, they add up. They add up to a 5. My mom's a 2.5, and my dad's a 2.5.
Oh my goodness!
All right, and your kids,
Well,
you got
hey,
the 7
7
and
and
the
11.
As long as
11.
you're talking about inches.
Yeah, baby. All right, so now what do you do for a living, Gloria?
Well, doctor, I'm a nurse.
Right, and what kind of nurse?
Damn.
What
I hope
kind
I
of
don't
nurse?
get cut off. Hear me?
Uh-oh. Baby?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, all right. So
Yeah,
you want to
I'm on the freeway right now.
you want to know how to get off the speed?
Hold on a second.
Yeah, all right.
Damn, I have to back up. I'm the only one.
Just hang on.
Oh, boy.
Boy, everyone's got a cell phone these days.
Even Gloria.
Did you punch her back?
No.
No. All right. Oh, Anderson is just listening. But Anderson, if I go to another call, what's it going to do? Is it going to hang up on her? Yeah. Well, don't do that then. Let me just put her on hold and get her line straightened out there. All right, Anderson. Okay, you know this is a kiss of death, though, Anderson.
Oh.
Gloria.
Yeah. Okay, I'm fine.
Okay, sweet pea, you're back. All right.
Do you want me to find out what kind of nursing she's into?
What kind of nursing you do, Gloria?
What kind of nursing?
What field of nursing, Gloria? Okay, so what do you do?
Gynecologist nurse.
Gloria, what do you do for a living?
What do I do for a living?
She's a gynecologist nurse. Didn't you say that?
Yeah, there's no such thing.
Oh. All right. All right, baby.
There's no such thing. I'm the nurse for the gynecologist.
I thought you just got done saying that your gynecologist like misdiagnosed you or wouldn't see you, so the lump, the cyst got bigger on your ovaries.
Yeah, that's right too.
Well, how does that happen when you work in the office with the guy?
I didn't work. I don't work in that office. I went to go see somebody else.
Okay. Well, it
in a
seems
different town.
seems like an ironic thing to happen to someone who nurses in that field.
Well, I didn't see
All right.
this person.
And so what kind of cyst is it, since you're a gynecology nurse?
Yeah,
what type of cyst?
well, okay.
What type of cyst is it?
They're supposed to do a laparoscopy tomorrow.
What type of cyst is it?
Well, I don't know. The first ultrasound they did was they said, it was just like the size of an egg. It was,
What type of cyst is it?
well, they don't know.
Well, Gloria,
Big mass, they say right now. with
since
the
you're a nurse, I'm sure they would describe the type of cyst that they saw in the ultrasound that was simple or complex, or whether it was a
This is
follicular
what they said to me. In fact,
follicular cyst. And since you're a nurse, you would have asked those questions.
if you don't hear from me again,
Yeah.
I want you to kill these people.
All right, baby. But listen.
They say it's a large mass structure.
All right. Well, you're going in tomorrow, and you've been doing speed all week.
Yeah.
All weekend. All right.
No, not all weekend.
All right.
Just a little bit.
Okay, but what about, forget about your ovaries for a second, and God, I hope you're sterile.
God, I hope I'm still going to enjoy sex with this.
All right, I hope you're sterile. But what can you do something with your
Of course
kids?
I'm sterile.
Can you get somebody to raise your kids other than you?
Why do you say that?
Yeah,
because you're strung out on speed.
Because you're an addict.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm a sex addict. No, so you are fantasizing. You're coming up with these illusions now.
What seriously? Do you raise your kids?
Because I wanted to have a sex on or whatever, right?
Do you raise your
Or
kids
the weekend,
alone?
Because, hey, if you're going in to do something to your penis or your balls, wouldn't you want to go fuck?
Anderson, you got the F word in there like
6 times.
I'll put her on hold. All right, I get back to her.
I can't do it.
I love her. I'm hard. I'm telling you. I am encouraging her to have somebody raise her kids, like perhaps somebody who's in prison who can really care for those kids, and show them the type of nurturing environment that they're lacking. Oh my God, I know you kid about it, but I mean, look, there's the only thing wrong with this world is people like this having kids. That's
Yes.
it. That's the
Oh, my
only
God.
thing wrong. Look, those are the kids we got to pay for. That's it. Those are the ones. Those are the ones that are going to need all the help and all the money and all the resources. It's all going right there. Susie?
Susie?
Yes.
You're 24?
Uh-huh.
What about the long-term effects of crank are?
Yes.
Oh, we
Did
should
you
get,
hear-
we should get Gloria back on. Yeah,
Well,
you sound like Gloria, our last call.
That's right.
No. Well, you don't understand. Okay. First thing is you don't understand when people make Gloria references. But secondly, you end up sounding like our last caller.
Oh.
She is an example of the long-term effects of speed. Sound good?
No.
No.
Okay. And you have trouble tracking. That's all.
The thing about speed is that it actually can damage your brain. You have to use a lot of it, and you have to use it for a couple of years. You don't have to use it every day. You can only use it 3 times a week, and you don't have to use huge amounts on those 3 days when you're using it. But over a couple of years, you will damage the same region of the brain that ecstasy damages after 20 or so exposures.
How about not sleeping for 3 days?
That is not as damaging as the actual chemical
I
itself.
mean, just what's that do to your IQ when you're up for day number 3?
I know, not good.
Yeah, I mean, you go through life that way. It's got to be
and you
brutal.
get paranoid. Eventually, you get very paranoid. And the paranoias are always focused on important people in your life and neighbors and coworkers, and it can be terribly, terribly disruptive of your relationships.
So there you go, Susie. Can you not
And it's
do
an
it?
addiction. Yeah, it's an addiction. Needs to be treated like any other.
I know. I always tell you this, Drew, but I the speed, I just don't get it. I get the coke, I get the weed, I get the hallucinogens, I get the booze, I get the tranquilizers. Here's the beauty of me. I can see some good in almost all drugs. That's how I am. To me, I say the syringe is half full, not half empty. Okay? I get all of it, but speed, man, that is bad. It's just bad. Look, I understand if you're driving a truck and you got to make it to Chicago and you got to drive for 43 hours nonstop or something. That's fine. Or you're staying up all night and you're cramming for some midterm. But you're just sitting around on the weekend and you decide, hey, I'm not going to go to bed for 3 days, and you're just going to sit there and pick scabs and think you hear stuff outside.
Well,
what's in it for you at that point?
That's what I got to tell you what I've seen. The 2 most common reasons that people get onto speed in my clinical experiences. One is for functional reasons, like they're going to study or drive a truck,
All
as
right.
you mentioned. But the other is to deal with the depressions caused by pot. People who are regular pot smokers get on to speed as a way of trying to deal with what the pot does to them.
I was picking my teeth while you were talking, Drew.
Good times.
Good times. Sam?
Yeah?
You're 15?
Yep.
What's up?
Well, I had a question for Dr. Drew about some morning glory seeds.
What about them?
Well, I read on a webpage that they have a chemical in them
Yep.
similar to LSD, only it's called
Yep.
LSA.
Yep, it is a very powerful hallucinogen.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, what's it do to you?
Well, same as LSD, basically.
I've only done pot before, so...
Well, just as a general principle, if a drug causes hallucinations, it's probably going to be toxic to the brain cells.
Yeah.
That just seems to be the way it is. And the thing about gypsum weed and morning glory seeds, these things, they can, in addition to causing sort of a psychedelic experience, sometimes they cause a delirium.
Really?
So you can be like really out of it for a couple of days.
Good times.
Good times.
Yeah, I had another question for you, too.
Yeah?
Well, sometimes I get paranoid that just people are watching me, right?
There you go.
Like, somehow there's hidden cameras and stuff.
Yep.
And I know...
Well, there are a lot of hidden cameras. I mean,
really?
No,
You're
but
right
that's
about
what,
that.
Sam, that's
They're in your room, bathroom, in the
Sam,
drain
that's
of your shower.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's an acute paranoia. That is paranoid, and that is can be a drug effect. It can be sort of a psychiatric condition.
Hey, Sam, you get
bad.
Are you getting you're paranoid just on your own? You're not doing any drugs or anything?
Well, I'm not a very heavy pot smoker. It's just one every couple days, you know? And...
At 15, that can do something to you.
All right, that's enough there, Sam. You got a weak brain. You can't be screwing with it. You understand?
Not a strong brain like Adam's.
Yes, my brain is like Vasily Alexia.
Well, maybe we got to call it a durable brain. Be a little more accurate.
Well, here's the deal. I have the Toyota Camry of brains. Nothing flashy, but just doesn't break down that much. You know, can take some abuse. You don't have to change the oil that much in my brain. Thankfully, I don't ask it to do too much. You know what I'm saying, Drew?
Yes.
But listen, here's what I'm saying. If you're a person that's using all of your energy just to cope with life, just to sort of not spin out, commit suicide, kill your best friend, or freak on your girlfriend, maybe you're not the one who should be doing drugs. It's already, you know what I mean? I mean, it's a full-time job just being average.
Well, he's not one of those guys, Adam. He just believes that the television is sending messages to him, and he has cameras all over his bathroom.
That's what I'm saying. And Drew, what is that, though? I mean, not what is that, but it is kind of a reality that there are cameras everywhere nowadays.
Yeah,
but
when someone falls into that biochemical state that causes paranoid thinking, what they begin thinking is that there's several different kinds of paranoid. One is that people are hearing their thoughts. One is that people are beaming ideas to them through the television, or that people on the radio are talking directly to them, or that there are people watching and talking about them, or cameras or government around people, you know, or there's conspiracies, you know, people coming after them. Yeah. And that's it. That's just the manifestation of a certain biochemical state of the brain.
Yeah, I like those cameras. Hey, should we take a break here, Drew?
Yeah, let's do it.
When we come back, who do you want to speak to?
I haven't decided yet. All right, let's do line 6. Stan there from Idaho.
Stan, yeah, that's a guy's name. He's having trouble getting girls. Wants them to pay attention to him. I'll give him all the tips that worked for me when I was 17. Yeah. After this. Hey, yo, Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew in New York. Oh, forget about that phone number. Let's get to the phones. What do you say, Drew?
Let's go.
Stan. Hey. 17.
Yep.
Having a little trouble with the ladies, Stan?
Definitely.
Well, you come to the right place.
Rock on.
Yeah. What's the issue? You're shy?
Well, not so much shy. I guess attract girls, really, so.
Yeah. Well, you have to go talk to them, you know.
Oh, yeah. I try that, but usually, I don't know, just turn them off for some reason.
Yeah. Have you had a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty good. How long ago?
It ended about 3 weeks ago, so.
Oh, well, that's why you've got that that stench of.
Well, 3 weeks though. That's not too long.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm saying that's when you sort of have an acute adverse sense about you when other women approach. You know what I mean? Women want to. When you have a girlfriend, they come around. As soon as she dumps you, you're done for.
Well, it depends who dumped who.
Well, it's more a mutual thing.
So you got dumped. And how long had you guys been going out?
It was about 4 months.
Hey, did you have sex?
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Kind of religious purposes, kind of.
For you or for her?
Both, actually.
Good.
Okay, again, that was her. So, so now you're, what are you, a senior?
I'm a junior, actually.
Junior.
Yeah.
Well, you had a girlfriend, and she went to your high school?
No, actually, she went to another high school. She was a senior.
So, all right, well, senior, but the word isn't out at your high school that you got a woman or that you had a woman, right?
Nah.
Yeah, the thing about women is they don't think real good, and what attracts them is a track record of you being with other women for some reason, because it's the same reason. You know, with women, things become very trendy, things that don't seem to make any sense, certain handbags, certain shoes, in today, out, this year's fashion, and then it's out next year. And, Drew, you can't tell what's better. I mean, you can't make any sense of it.
No.
But
no
it's
way.
all based on another woman wanting it.
Yes.
One day it's the pashmina, and
next it has, and then it's Prada purses.
Right.
Whatever it is has to begin with the letter P, though.
It's very, very important. Yes, I agree. But here's the point, Drew: is it's all junk, right? But the point is somebody else wants that junk, and now you want it. You don't really assess what the product is. It's more that there's a market for it.
Yeah.
And as a guy, this is what. Hold on, I'm putting him on hold. As a guy, this is what you have to create for yourself. You have to be the next Prada purse.
That's it.
Am I right, Drew?
You're absolutely right.
It's not based because is a
you
guy,
have to get somebody to want you,
right?
And then you have to increase your price.
Now you create demand, and now you're in demand.
Yeah,
that's the way it works. Where as guys, we're hoping to find something that other guys don't want.
Yeah, we want the carrion, the carnage.
Right. The what?
What's ever left over? The carrion, the carcasses.
That was another type of purse.
TJ,
you're 15.
Yeah. I just want to tell you guys are like my gods. You guys are like my heroes. Like the radio shows where the magic happens.
Thank you.
Wow.
That's going to be
I've been listening to you guys for like about a year and stuff.
Thank you. Hold on. The radio show. We've been looking into getting coffee mugs made up for this show for many years now. And the whole reason we haven't is because we haven't been able to find a catchy slogan. But
Nice.
the radio is where the magic happens.
And you know, Adam, how we disdain doing those liners for other stations? Here we go.
The radio is where the magic happens. Thanks, TJ. Now, what's up?
All right. I'm 15. I smoke cigarettes, and I heard rumors that there is a chance that it can make you sterile.
By sterile, you mean not being able to produce sperm?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Well, no. However, there's better news. It can cause hardening of the artery to your penis and make your penis not work.
Oh, man.
And just the way it can cause heart disease and cause cancer and emphysema. So kind of think about that as you toke away there. It's a good thing to stop smoking cigarettes before
Well,
it
the
becomes...
good news is that I'm down to 1 week.
Oh, that's good.
One cigarette a week?
Yeah.
That's good.
Seems like you could probably quit at this point.
You pansy.
Yeah. And also, you got to think about the hundreds of people you kill each time you light up that cigarette, with the secondhand smoke.
Yeah, I know.
It killed 55,000 Americans a day in secondhand smoke. That's well documented.
All right,
Drew,
TJ, the radio is where the magic happens.
Yeah, it's all over all the medical journals, right, Drew?
Yes, 10,000 deaths per TJ cigarette.
Right.
This is Chris, 14.
Chris?
Yes, I was wondering about Special K. How could you die from it?
Well, it's an anesthetic, and like with any anesthetic, you can get breathing problems and heart rhythm problems, and when anyone were to administer that to you, they'd be monitoring you very carefully. But
who would administer it to you?
No, there's just...
Not you. I'm asking Drew.
There's just
like an emergency room doctor.
Would give you Special K?
No.
Shut up. Drew?
Yes, it's ketamine as it was originally used was in emergency rooms, that sort of thing, typically.
Why?
Because why would they use it there?
Yeah.
It's an anesthetic. It puts people in sort of a twilight state, and they used to use it instead of general anesthesia or instead of
they don't
sleep.
they don't do that anymore, or they do?
They don't use that much. They use it a little bit in adolescents, but it's not used much at all anymore.
All right, Chris, go ahead there. I had to cut you off because you wouldn't shut up. Go ahead.
There's just people that that I know. I don't know, like we all smoke pot and like they do it, and I don't know, like I don't know, they're all stupid, and I don't know, like they asked me if I wanted to do it, but I said no because
I think that would be smart not to do.
Yeah,
it's addictive for some people. It might. We're not really clear on what it's doing to people. It doesn't look good. I've seen some. Dr. Bruce was talking to me the other day about cases he's seen of people locked in, where they get in these sort of night terror states, even though they're awake and walking around. All of a sudden, they get frozen and they can't move.
Yeah,
it's awful.
Yeah, Chris, you're 14. You need that brain of yours for later. You know.
And they like I heard like if you do it, like if you do enough.
Listen, hey, Chris, just don't do it, please. You're 14. Like I said, you're going to need the brain. You're going to be able to think. You're going to have to think on the fly when you get older. You understand? There's going to be a long line at the drive-thru. You're going to have people yelling at you. They're going to want to supersize. You're going to have to do that math. There's going to be specials you're going to be running. The mayor may be in town, Mayor McCheese.
Well, I ain't working. I'm not going to work.
All right, that's my point. There you go, buddy. Now you're talking. You see how I motivate, Drew?
That was good, Adam. I like that.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be motivate. Hurrah! We'll be right back.